To begin our recap of the federal involvement in educational technology, let's first outline our discussion points for this video. First, we'll start with policies that are currently enacted, and then we'll go over the common theme among all of these policies. After that, we're going to take a look at the change in policy among the past 20 years and what we can do in the future to further help these policies along. We'll begin by having Katie talk about No Child Left Behind and Race to the Top.
So basically, the No Child Left Behind Act is a revamp of the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and it was reenacted in 2001. And basically, it's just a Title I funding from the federal government to help close the achievement gap for between the low SES students. And in order for states to accept the funding for this, the schools have to have tests based on the Common Core standards.
Now we'll talk about Race to the Top, another funding and Title I based policy.
Race to the Top is basically a competitive grant program to encourage and reward states who are implementing significant reforms for education areas, and these areas are obviously reading, math, science, and social studies.
Now Casey will talk about the FCC and the educational policies that branch from it, SEPA and E-Rate.
The FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, they sponsor SEPA and E-Rate. SEPA is the Children's Internet Protection Act, and it provides money to schools and libraries provided that they use some of the money to help protect children from being able to access obscene materials. E-Rate provides the money that is given out through SEPA. SEPA is the way to get the money, E-Rate is the money.
Through the Educational Technology Action Network, we looked at the policy ATTAIN, which is a revamp of the Enhancing Education Through Technology Act, which does exactly what it says it does. There's also the National Education Technology Plan, which is applied to advanced technologies in order to improve student learning. The 5 components of the NETP are learning, assessment, teaching, infrastructure, and productivity. Another key concept that we discussed was STEM, which was used when figuring out the allocation of funding in schools. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And that brings us to the common theme that links our policies together, funds. Through improved test scores or grants like SEPA or E-Rate, schools can continue to increase their funding. So, where does that leave the federal involvement for the future? In the past 20 years, the focus has shifted from implementation and access of technology to the maintenance and security of that technology. So, through the policies in place now, we can see how funding will be a deciding factor even in the future.
Hi.
Get him out of here. Oh, really?
Yeah, really.